This video is for the autistic overexplainers. You are not too much. You do not say too much. You do not express too much. I have talked to several autistic people recently, and when I look into their energy, their brains are so full of thoughts that it's like tangled Christmas lights up there. So if you're someone who naturally says a lot about your experience, if you feel like you overexplain, it means that you feel a lot. You have a lot of complexity inside you, and it is helping nobody for you to hold that complexity in. It will tangle you up inside. That stuff needs to be processed in some way. And it can be really difficult to do because often it feels like there's nobody to listen to you talk about your experiences, all these things that have been saved up. And if you're talking to the wrong people, they will mirror for you that you are weird, that you're too much, that you say too many things, that you're an over-explainer. And you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm an over-explainer. I used to feel this way when I would go to the doctor. They would say, how are you doing? How was your body? And I would be like, blah, 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 blah. And I would have so much complexity to tell them about how I felt. And guess what? Those doctors would not believe my pain. They would immediately check out and basically say, oh, I think you need to see a therapist. Feeling the things on the level that we feel them is just a lot of information. And it's a lot to process through. But the people who process through that stuff, they have better clarity and direction. And they understand what they feel about things. This is why mirrors are so important. Autistic people don't get enough positive mirroring. We don't get enough outside validation that we're good, we're worthy, what we do, the way that we behave naturally is good and acceptable. So we end up very twisted inside. And for the people who need to say a lot and need to self-express a lot of information, we need ways of getting that out. And we need ways of validating that, because otherwise it is just going to tangle around itself up here. So if you don't have a friend to unload this mountain of information to, write it down. Or what I like to do is record voice messages for myself, literally just processing through the mountain of information. And out of it comes a sense of clarity and knowing how I feel and what I think about things. And when it comes out of my mouth, it is different. I have a different experience of it than when it lived up here. And it's so important. You are not an over-explainer. You are doing fine.